So anyway, the feminists basically told a lot of lies. And the thing is that there's a lot of men who understand that there were lies and stuff. But a big problem is that women don't know, for the most part, that they were lied to and tricked. And it wasn't for their own good. It wasn't, something that was going to lead to more happiness, fulfillment, everything for them. It sounded nice, but it wasn't. It was a trick, much like the tree of the forbidden fruit, of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. That was a trick too. And Eve fell for that. If my father had told me that, if my boyfriend at the time, whom I wanted to marry, if he had told me that, if he had said, look, you don't have to go to college. Don't go to college. Stay at home. Work on whatever you're going to work on. Which would have been staying at home and, being part of my household, there. I would have done it. I would have totally done it. I would have moved up there. To college near him and not gone to school if that's what he had wanted. I was, even at that point in my life, I started college barely at 17, then 18. I would have done it if my father had said, if instead of saying, you're going to be the first female editor of the Chicago Sun-Times, because he was very pro my journalism career aspirations and my writing and all of that. If he hadn't said that, if he'd have said, you're going to make a fantastic mother one day. Here's what you should know to be a good wife. If he had said those things, if he had said, I want you to remain a virgin until the day you are married, regardless of what the man says, regardless of the promises, regardless of engagement, I want you to make that promise to me. I think I would have done it. I do. I think that it is so dangerous for men to date nowadays. Definitely very dangerous to cohabitate. Also, sinful because I'm the church lady, but, and forget about the government contract. That is super dangerous. But some of you are just determined. And if you're bound and determined to do it, then I at least want to help you, know a little bit about what you're doing out there and what the most important things are that you need to know to weed these women out or know if they're pretending. Because I've said it so many times before, you guys, we are like our own PR managers constantly. We are really good actresses, some better than others. And we use all of that against you to, get resources from you, get entertainment from you, get attention from you. Things or boring things that other people would find completely dull. I never get bored. Be careful of the chicks who get bored. If she ever says, I'm bored, run. This is a woman who doesn't appreciate things, lacks creativity in her mind, expects people to entertain her. Do not ever be with a chick who's like, I'm bored, right? What are we going to do? Is there nothing going on up here, chick? What are we going to do? I don't know. What's going on up here? What are you doing up here? Because if you've got a healthy, intellect, you don't get bored so easily. My mom used to say, only boring people get bored. To me, they'll sort of serve their feminists, they'll sort of serve their children. By sort of, I mean go through the drive-thru or cook up some pizza rolls or whatever and call that dinner. but serving the man is now looked down upon. And I hate that I feel not embarrassed, but I don't want to deal with the women who judge me for it. I'm not going around telling them, you can't work, you can't vote, you can't have a credit card, you can't this. Nothing. I'm a libertarian. I believe in freedom. I believe women should have the right to work and the right to, vote and all of those things. It's different from what I have in my mind as the ideal. And just because I have an ideal in my mind of all the moms staying at home with their children, raising them, doesn't mean I'm out here trying to control people's behavior and tell them what to do. I'm actually doing a project right now where I'm making an advertisement for a woman that I know. If I was judgmental about women working or was trying to stop them, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be helping them. I wouldn't be seeing, female physical therapists or doctors. Does it make me feel conflicted when I know they have kids at daycare? Yes. But at the end of the day, that's their choice. It's not my choice to make. If it's my choice, if I get to choose for them and tell them what to do, eventually that comes back on me. So taking freedom away doesn't work, because eventually your freedom gets taken away.
Again.
It's exactly what I was saying. That once you realize that it's sad that you realize that people don't care, and it's even worse that they don't care, but if you cry, it's, they're going to hate you and reveal their hatred for you and reveal their disdain for you, like that woman in the whatever podcast. But then there's a freedom that comes with it. I don't think people realize, and by people I mean like the state, like what they're playing around with, right? You've got a lot of men that don't have families, don't have ability to have families. Everything's been taken from them. They realize no one cares about them. Eventually, yeah, there's danger. There's danger. And they're not going to just serve the state and go fight in whatever battle the state says.
Consider the Whiskey Rebellion of 1791, when the U.S. government imposed a tax on whiskey, the lifeblood of frontier farmers. Thousands of armed men took to the streets. They weren't anarchists. They weren't rebels by nature. They were ordinary men who'd reached their limit. The state responded with overwhelming force, but the message was sent. There is a line you do not cross with free men. Today, the taxes aren't on whiskey. They're on dignity, on autonomy, on the right to even question the narrative. And yet, the rebellion brewing now is far more subversive. It's not fought with muskets. It's fought with disengagement. Men are walking away from marriages that penalize them, from careers that infantilize them, from a culture that despises them. They're opting out, and the system is terrified.
Exactly. But, the mental gymnastics are impressive to get there. But it is based on the core of men are bad and they just want to hurt us. That's all you want to do, right? And it couldn't be further from the truth. We wouldn't have all this comfort, etc. We wouldn't have roofs over our head if men weren't risking bodily injury doing it. But it's so that we can feel special and we can feel oppressed and be that Schrodinger's feminist, where it's like, oh, I'm the victim, but I'm strong and empowered and independent and all of that. All whilst my cleavage is all hanging out in your face, because that's where she knows her real power is, because we don't actually have any. It's all fake. But let's take a look at what Nietzsche talked about with men being disposable. And this was back in the 1800s. Didn't necessarily start there, but that is where the ball really got rolling, so that you guys would serve the state and serve women and think that that was your duty, only that, and that nothing was owed to you. That's where I think that started. And in that time frame when Nietzsche lived, and I think it informed his worldview, and we can learn a lot from it, was communism, feminism, Darwinism. Always to basically hide God and hide God's natural order, God, man, woman, child. And whether or not you believe in God or not, I don't see how anybody can think that that's not the best order, the best way to order society. It's certainly been the thing that causes the nuclear family to be the bedrock and build societies like what we have in the West, or what we had. Everybody back in, I don't know, 1910, listening to their favorite show on the radio. I think it's just a fairy tale. It's just a movie. It's just a song. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Messages, they are messages, and they have been messages to program you. And the reason you think it's just a movie or just a song, it's because that's what you're supposed to think. Who do you think taught you that? Where did you learn it? I don't know. In a movie? Where did you learn that, movies aren't propaganda? Probably from a movie. Where did you learn songs aren't propaganda? I don't know. From, your friend because they wanted to listen to it? It's just a song. It's just a fairy tale. There's no such thing. Every time you watch a movie, see a commercial, you think it's selling you that product? It's selling you something about what's going on. Why else would they diversify everything in commercials? Why else would they stop having the women do the, house cleaning commercials as much? Why did Secret in the end of 1980s, 1990s, strong enough for a man, gentle enough for a woman? And guess what it is now? Strong enough for a woman. But it's just trying to sell you deodorant, right? That's all. That's all it's trying to do. It's just trying to sell the ladies deodorant. It's not trying to sell them feminism. Are you crazy? Feminism doesn't need to be sold to anybody. People can tell it's just the right thing. And women have always wanted it from the time, from 10,000 years ago. It's just that it only just started to happen in the 20th century, 19th century, if we're generous. Act like I'm in a conversation with you right now saying, oh, that must have been hard. Was your mom like that? Could you and your brother lean on each other? Like help each other through that? So yes, look for this, but don't be like, oh my God, I found the woman of my dreams. No, this is just one step in the right direction, but be very guarded. You have too much on the line to be guarded. Don't be desperate that you're like, oh my God, I just want her to like me. No. That's then the power is in the wrong place. You do not need to be stumbling over yourself for her to like you. That puts you in the wrong position from the get-go, and the whole relationship will be off balance for the rest of your life. You decide what's a green flag, not them, not her. I will say, definitely have the big conversations early on, like before the first date or on the first date. And if she's like, oh my God, whatever, then she's not for you. She's just like, whatever, enjoying the meal or whatever. In fact, I wouldn't even go on a date unless you knew it was a possibility. So you need to get some of these green flags early on before, especially if you're going to spend money. Good Lord. And I think she should split the bill. If we're going to do this dating thing, which I don't agree with, I think it's a 20th century invention and it hasn't served us well. But if you're going to do the dating thing, then yeah, she should pay for half, because it's ridiculous that a man should pay for an entire meal for some chick. Like providing food for her, that's a husband thing. She's not doing wife things, right? She shouldn't be. Don't do that either. So, no, if it is we're getting together to kind of see how we get along. And that's what a date should be, is let's see if, if we can be on the same level, right? Welcome to Far From Eden. Good to have you here. If it's your first time, hi. We do all kinds of things on the channel. Most of all, we recognize that we're very far from Eden, where things were perfect and yet not quite good enough for Eve. She decided to break the one rule